some of the best stories and connection points we have with policymakers is from smaller credit unions, and just in the nick of time too, because smaller credit unions are being inundated with the same kinds of rules, regulations, compliance challenges in this one-size-fits-all world that we're living in these days. And so, as both gentlemen mentioned, the scale is what really oftentimes is one of the biggest challenges they have, because they're being inundated with those same things. So that's where we try and apply our best efforts, if possible, in compliance and education and making sure that there's accessibility for conferences and things like that, because they can't leave the credit union when you have 3 or 4 or 5 people. You're wearing multiple hats, and so that's a key. I would just add one thing to what was said here, and it's to some extent it's a little bit of a challenge, because a challenge out to particularly the boards of these smaller credit unions. I think we can't assume that if we are going to continue to grow, if we're going to continue to be successful in serving our communities, that we can continue to do things the way we've always done them. And I think the challenge I often hear from smaller credit union leaders is that they want their boards more engaged. They need their boards to come with them on the journey. Succession planning is key. Executive education is key. Ensuring that these smaller credit union boards are constantly able to replace themselves and having new ideas, new people coming to the board table, as Terrence said before, getting some new faces, some new ideas, some diversity into the room as they're thinking about the future. So small credit unions can and will continue to be successful, but it isn't going to just happen naturally without some extra effort. And we support them, we work with them, and we utilize them in key advocacy outreach, because they're just doing some of the best work on a micro level, not always the macro level, but on a micro level with some of the best connection points that we see throughout the movement.